and I am Anjar Nuryatin from Sekolah Tinggi Teknik Malang. In Health, Social Science and Humanities International Conference, now I am going to present my study under the title Need Analysis of English Learning to Improve Employability Skill Based on Blended Learning. In my presentation, I am going to talk 4 sessions or introductions, method, result of my study, and the discussion. Come to the first section, introduction. Before I talk more about the introduction of my study, I will explain about 3 concepts of this study. First is need analysis, second is employability skills, and the last one, blended learning. Need analysis is the analysis of students' target need and learning of English study, English subject. And employability skill is the important and needed skill in English learning. And blended learning is learning process through a learning management system along with pandemic COVID-19. Now, the introduction is based on some previous studies in COVID-19 pandemic. Learning management system, or usually we call as LMS, can be an effective way in applying blended learning. Since the subject of study has variety characteristics, the result of the study could not be generalized within the same study. Moreover, the need analysis in English language teaching is needed, is unavoidable. On the other hand, another topic that's very crucial to discuss in facing 21st century competition is employability skill. So that in many previous studies stated that employability skills are needed to apply in higher education to get more trained workers. In comparison to the previous study, my study will concentrate on obtaining the target need by consisting of English language learning problems, priorities, competence, and solutions related to employability skills through blended learning. Therefore, the role of the study is significant as a key reference for the facilitator who will be in charge of the ELT classroom. Then, come to the second section, method. In my study, this study used descriptive analysis with questionnaire as a main instrument to collect data. So there are 4 parts of method in my study. First is subject of study, second is instrument, third is data collection, and the last one is data analysis. The subject of my study is 68 students. There are 68 students from almost 300 students of Management Business Industry Department in Sekolah Tinggi Teknik Malang, Indonesia. They are in 5th and 7th semester. And the instrument of my study is questionnaire, and as I have told you before, that the questionnaire is the main instrument to collect the data in my study. The questionnaire was arranged in the form of mixed questionnaire to let respondents or to let students to give more detailed explanation on the question. The question consists of 25 questions and were classified into 5 parts. They were identifying abilities, problem, attitude, priorities, and solution. So to collect the data, the survey was done through asking students to answer the questionnaire related to English learning material that they have used now and they need. The questionnaire was sent to students through email, So the respondent answered the question manually on the document that we have sent to them. The last one is data analysis. So the first step to analyze the data, we classify the detailed respondent from students in some parts. The classification was based on the similarity of the answer of the respondents. The next step is finding the percentage of each classification from those answers. And the last one is giving description analysis of the data finding. So that's about the method of my study. And come to the second section is result. Based on the part of my questionnaire, so the result also divided into 5 parts. First is abilities, problems, attitude, priorities, and solution. The abilities, the student are almost of students are in elementary level, then 25% are in intermediate level, and only 1% in the advanced level. So, based on the answer, the response of the students, we find some problems in a learning in English learning. So the most problem that faced by student is grammar. The problem in grammar reached 63.23%, and then have a trouble in speaking with unfamiliar words through their reading skill. And when using LMS, learning management system, the problem is teacher gave less explanation and gave too much lesson. Only give much tasks and assignment to students, but only have little explanation of it. And the next problem is students feel lack of vocabulary in terms of speaking. So that it can be make students feel nervous when they ask to speak in front of other students. And the next problem is the comprehension of the meaning of new words, so that make difficult to comprehend an English text. Related to LSM, students also face problems related to internet quota and network issue. It makes students to be not active and in learning management system learning, and also students get difficult and in listening to the similar sounds, so it makes difficult for students to comprehend a listening section of English learning. Then the last one is students had trouble with the through of building the paragraph. So this is the last problem in writing. Okay, and come to the attitude part. In the attitude part, students respond that English material has not yet fulfilled their needs. In a learning management system now, the material of English uh, didn't fulfill yet their needs. Then the form of teaching should be changed to encourage the innovation of students in language learning. Another student also gave a response that the level of language in English learning is too high. So it's difficult for students to uh, understand, to comprehend the English learning. And then the content of learning material was not yet usable. So because the language is too high and also the material didn't match to their need, so they think that English learning material is used was not yet usable. Related to the priorities, students give a response that communicative skill of employability skill is the most essential of employability. Uh, Related to the communicative skill, so some students need to improve their speaking skill in English learning. Uh, Another student also give response that students need the information on grammar for learning purposes. However, English learning process have already divided five into four skills, but the information of grammar is also needed for the student. It related to writing skill and also speaking skill. Another student also gave a response that student wanted to improve their listening skill also, and the communicative listening and speaking is needed so that when 13.93% students need to improve their listening skill. And for the solution, the student give a response that the dialogue recording is the emotional contribution to help students to learn English. And another student also give a response that listening and answering the question of recording was a good listening learning experience. The subject related to speaking, the subject discussion is a strong input to the learning material in English. So students need a certain subject to discuss to improve their speaking skill. And also some students give a response that they had arranged a paragraph according to the subject. So teacher should give a certain subject or certain topic, clear topic, to let the student easier to arrange a paragraph. Yes. Come to the fourth session. It is discussion. So from the result of my study, so the discussion is the study, the data paid attention to the need of the target student collected from analysis of the needed topic of English learning. So they were 37.5% students need to learn about getting a job setting, and 27.20% students need to learn English in academic setting. The finding of this research validated previous study, and that they are Bedoya in 20 and 15, and Alhamlan and Bani Abdul Rahman in 20 and 15. So that the student need to get a topic about getting a job, and also place of job. Another discussion is from analysis of the topic needed. Furthermore, most of students do agree that the employability skills are applied in English learning. They thought that employability skills make easier for them to get a job later, and as a previous for students to enter the world of work. So they think that employability skill when applied in English learning, they will be easier to get a job. They will be easier to improve their employability through English learning process. So this finding also mentioned was supported by previous research given in 2016 and Malaysia in 2015. So the largest number of students, and 20%, have reported that communicative skills are the most essential skill of employability skill. This result also supported by previous study that language proficiency can be the bridge, the gap between employee and employers in the new global and free trade scenario. Spell Andres 20 and 19. So related to the application of blended learning in English teaching to improve employability skill, most of students say that English material has not yet fulfilled their need, and 40.62% students believe that the form of teaching should be changed to encourage the innovation of students in language learning. The findings of this study agree with previous study. It is Al-Biladi and Al-Sharif on 2019 that any difficulties can be correlated with the use of blended learning in the sense of the ESL or EFL. However, most studies say that blended learning is an effective way in English learning, but we as a teachers should pay attention of the difficulties or some um, challenges when we are going to apply blended learning in English in language learning. On the other hand, from what we have analyzed in learning input, the results show that approximately 40.62% believe that the form of teaching should be changed to encourage the innovation of students in language learning. Moreover, the outcome of this research report backed by previous study, Al-Hamlam, Bani Abdul Rahman, and Parnawati Ulnuha in 2019. So the conclusion of my study is consistent with research finding. There are some shortcomings in the practice of teaching and learning English in this institution. These deficiencies include first, the student need to learn English in academic setting and getting a job setting. The importance of employability skill in English teaching learning to support the student to get future job. And third, lack of quality of English material through learning system management. Thus, it can be interpreted that the practice of teaching English does not seem to work effectively because they fail to meet student expectations regarding their target needs and learning needs. So that's all about my presentation of my study. Thank you very much for your attention. Please, if you have anything to ask, please, I will be happy and welcome all of your questions. Thank you very much.